Hey guys, welcome to another video on Bharat and Germany. My name is Bharat, and in this video I want to share with you the 5 mistakes you should absolutely avoid when you're thinking about applying for jobs in Germany. And we start with the first one, which is writing the name of the company or the name of the contact person wrong. This is one of the most horrible mistakes that I see people making over and over again, and especially I receive many times applications also from my Indian audience, because again there are so many people interested to come to Germany from India. So whenever I receive applications for my vacancies, I see there's this kind of mistake all the time. Then whenever, for example, I was doing the coaching sessions for the job search, that I also see sometimes people are writing the cover letter, but first of all, they don't even do a Google search for that particular name to understand if that name is a female or male name. They just put the name inside as it is. That's really bad. The second thing is you have to understand the salutations better. So do you write Mr. first name? If you're doing that, it's wrong. You don't do that in Germany. In Germany, we address people with Mr. or Miss last name. That's how you're supposed to do it. Now, branching down this mistake further, I see people sometimes mentioning no name whatsoever and just writing dear sir and madam. I just don't understand it. No, so this is I think this is more of the colonial kind of things that were taught to us, that you address people as sir and ma'am and things like that. But generally this is not how you see people addressing each other in Germany at all. It's always Mr. or Miss. So forget about this dear sir and madam and things like that. Now, if you're writing the name of the company, write the name of the company right. If you're making mistakes in these kind of things, you're already out in the first round. Generally people don't even respond. For example, I'm getting job applications around 5 to 10 applications every single day. Now, yes, 5 to 10 applications, it is doable. I can take out the time and give them the feedback and stuff like that. But I see it as a repeated mistake, and my time is too valuable that I teach people over and over and over again the same thing, which they can easily find by a quick Google search, or even when you read any kind of blog online, you will find that these kind of mistakes are just plain stupid and you shouldn't be doing that. Now, this thing lands you out from the job search process in the very first stage. It's not even step 0. You're already out. So don't make these mistakes. Make sure that you're addressing the people correctly, and then we go to the next mistake. The second mistake is copy paste. What many people see is they type in cover letter format, they see what's written there, they copy everything one to one, and they put it inside their job application, and they think they're going to get a good response from that. For example, whenever I have some kind of these interviews and job applications, when I'm hiring people in my marketing consulting company, which is called Brand Device Consulting SRL, that's the main thing. BIG is just a thing that I'm doing on the side because I started it when I was a student, and I don't want to just let it go. It's nice. I'm able to teach a lot of international students some very important things on how they can also be successful in Germany. So that's why I spend time here. So when I'm hiring people there, I see that many people just do copy paste. They are going to just copy these formats, copy the CV, and in CV I'm talking about the profile part or the objective part. People just copy paste it. Then afterwards the email, and I'm this email doesn't even fit. I was seeing one person who had the mistake that, of course, my company is in marketing consulting, and he had put inside logistics. And I was man, if you're sending out these kind of applications, how do you expect people to hire you? It's just really bad. Don't do it. Don't do copy paste. Go through whatever you're sending multiple times again. And also another thing I can share with you is that when you're attaching any kind of files, if you're writing your CV and you're writing CV underscore final underscore very final underscore blah blah, all of this nonsense, it doesn't make sense. Just keep things professional. If you're making separate versions for different kind of things, you can write CV underscore, brand device CV underscore BMW, Audi, whatsoever. So these kind of things you can mention there, and this is going to give you a much better chance of actually getting a good response from a company. Because if they see that these kind of mistakes are done, and it just, at least for the HR people, it's not a good indication at all. The technical side, the technical people, maybe for them it doesn't really matter because they are more interested in your skills. But attention to details is very important, and I'm going to repeat this point over and over again, that if you're not attentive to what kind of tiny mistakes you're making, it's going to cost you your job. So very important. Don't do that. The third mistake that many people do is they have absolutely horrible CVs. So when I take my intensive coaching sessions with the complete course of finding jobs in Germany. The one thing that we try to do there is take a look on how exactly do you match the vacancy which is posted on the job portal exactly to your CV. Now, if you don't have any kind of vacancy, because we also talk about the hidden job market in the complete course of finding jobs in Germany, there we see what is the profile of the company and how exactly do we match the profile to your CV. Because if you have 100 things to mention, and in those 100 things you also start mentioning things like, okay, like you were doing some kind of like, let's say mechanical engineering job in some particular field, but now you're applying for logistics or you're applying for marketing and things like that, it's absolutely irrelevant. Like, how does it make sense at all? So you have to make sure that whatever vacancy is there, whatever the profile of the company is, your CV is matching that. If it's not matching, many times it is already going to be put aside through the automatic softwares that they're using to scan your CVs. So make sure that you're having the right keywords inside your CV. If you don't have it, then it's pretty much out in the very first round. Also having very bad photographs, like photographs that you would put on your WhatsApp profile or on your Facebook or something, is being put inside CVs, which is really bad. Like, spend some time and some money on actually getting a professional photograph, put it inside your CV. I don't have to do it because, again, I'm not like applying for jobs whatsoever, but you guys like who are in the job search right now, you have to think about these things. When I was actually thinking about it, I also like, chose a very minimalistic style for my CV. I remember those like good old times when I was still kind of applying and thinking about applying for different kind of jobs, but I didn't have to do it in the end because my business picked up very nicely and we are doing very well. But for you, it is important, take care of these things. Now, talking about different kind of CV formats, like there's one very conservative, standard CV, which is a tabular form. You can do nothing wrong with that. Like, let me tell you over and over again, like many people say, yeah, this is bad and like it looks ugly, blah, blah. But the thing is, it still conveys information. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you're applying for some kind of, let's say, more forthcoming companies and companies which are, let's say, just founded in the last few years and they're more techy and startup like, so there you can have some fancier resume designs. That's not a problem at all. And one way I, for example, built my CVs or like teach students how to build their CVs is via Canva. Canva is an absolutely lovely platform. I really like it. If you want to sign up for their premium subscription, you can use my affiliate link linked below. I and my team, we use Canva Pro because it just gives us a lot of features and makes graphic designing in general very easy. And the same thing you can also use for your CVs. So if you're applying for fields like marketing, design, architecture, and things like that, definitely invest in this. The fourth biggest mistake that I see people doing is that they do not talk about their company enough when you're writing the email or the cover letter. It is very important that you just not talk about yourself, but you also talk about the company, because otherwise why would they understand, or like how would they get the idea at all that you are a good fit for the company, or how would they understand at all that you actually know something about the company and it is not just another copy paste email or cover letter that you're sending, right? Spend a lot of time in boiling down of what company wants you to know about them. Now, because the time that they're spending on their websites and different kind of places, this is exactly what they believe in and this is what they want to bring across to you as a viewer or as an applicant, right? So if you're able to catch that message nicely and you're able to put it inside your email and cover letter, that is going to be a massive boost to your job application process. So talk about the company. I generally like give this ratio of 60-40 or 70-30. So like you talk about 60 or 40% about yourself, but you definitely mention 40 to 30% of the part about the company. That's a very good ratio and you can like start with that. Then another thing I've seen in the job applications over and over again is that many people love to mention like how much do they expect. And of course it is a nice way to like orient ourselves to see like, should we proceed at all ahead with this application or not. But the thing like which pisses me the most off is that many people, they send out the application and we like give them the onboarding form and they have to fill it out and stuff like that, but they put the least amount of effort inside. Like there's no effort at all. Like when we ask like be detailed about a specific thing, the detailed part would be like a few words or 2 or 3 sentences, but like that doesn't cut it. And then towards the end they say like, yeah, we want like 3,000 euros, 4,000 euros and stuff like that. I'm like, nope, like this is not how it works. Also, you have to keep in mind is that many companies are going to pay you according to what kind of residence country you are based in right now, because for them the idea is that of course they are going to pay you on the basis of the value that you provide for the particular company, but also on the basis of what are your current expenses in that particular country. Now, if you're like working in India, it is very unlikely that you can ask a US company to pay you in dollars, because for the US company, it is going to be more relevant that they are going to pay you the industry standard for the country that you're residing in. That's in general the practice everywhere. So this is also something that you have to keep in mind, that the place where you're residing at, it decides a lot of things. So this is why I say in these kind of scenarios, it is not a bad idea at all that instead of applying for like work from home and stuff like that, that you actually apply to work in that particular company in the headquarters or something. This means you will also get a work contract with which you're able to apply for the employment visa, with which you're able to actually come to Europe and like, start your studies. Or if you're already in Germany or in Europe, then it becomes much easier for you. That's what I tell students over and over again, that if you're already in Germany, it is the easiest way you can actually find a good job in Germany. And it is also the least bureaucratic, because otherwise when you come from other country and like you come to Germany right away, the companies also have to take a look at a lot of different kind of paperwork that they have to handle. So it just complicates things, and that's why like many companies are like, okay, like, we want to just hire people from EU so that we don't have to like handle that part. That's why if you are in a dilemma, if you can come for studies, I would really recommend you to come for studies first and then look for a job, then like looking for a job right away. So this is my opinion on these things, but these 5 mistakes at least you should not do at all in your job application process. And unfortunately, I see a lot of like, Indian students and Indian professionals making these mistakes, and no wonder, because like I also have like my majority of the audience in India, so maybe it is like I'm getting across these mistakes more often from them. But doesn't matter which country you come from, when you're thinking about applying for a job in Germany, don't make these mistakes. If you're looking for any kind of guidance or support regarding job search in Germany, you can think about enrolling in my course, Complete Course for Finding Jobs in Germany. There we have 2 plans. One is a Kickstarter plan where you have lifetime access to the course contents and you have 1 month of support. And then we have the intensive coaching plan where we have 4 coaching sessions where we go through different kind of aspects of your job search. The last coaching session is always individual, where we sit down and like discuss about your questions, what kind of problems you're facing and so on, so that we can finalize the job documents, the application documents for you. And also we have 6 months support there and lifetime access to the course contents anyways. This is the best course you're going to find regarding guidance about job search in Germany, and you will not find a course like this anywhere else. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any queries about the course, you can write us an email at bharat@bharatingermany.com and we'll get back to you there. Bye.